Many people questioned why I still encourage people to go into the mountains even after the accident that Pauline encountered. I'm sure you also have these questions. It's in your heart, right? Bowie was born in Taipei City. This is where Bowie lived, with the many high buildings and the convenience of MRT system and the plentiful facilities. It's the Beito and the Shilin area. When Bowie entered the mountain and got lost, he chose to find a stream in a valley in an attempt at survival. But the geography and the weather change in Taiwan were different from other Western countries, and the valley was not a shortcut to survival, but rather turned out to be a dead end of his life. There are two main reasons for his death. One is that he was not familiar with the surroundings he lived in, and the second is that the government didn't have a mountain policy to manage the mountains and offer children mountain education. Why Bowie mothers want to encourage everyone to go into the mountains? The reason is that the mountains and the forests are our live environment, and hiking is so amazing. We all know that Taiwan is surrounded by the ocean, and 78% the land is covered by mountain and forest. From the mountain distribution chart in every country and city, we can clearly see that the high steep mountains and the forests are our live environment. If we are live in place full of mountain, why shouldn't we learn how to live with them? We can see how amazing the mountains and the forests are in Taiwan from the photo that the climb in Taiwan have sent to me.
The mountains are full of wonder, which you can't find in your normal daily life. Not only the variety of plants and animals, but also many varied and fantastic scenes can be seen amongst the mountains. The book, Mountains, Clouds, and the Taiwanese Aborigines, written by Japanese polymath Kano Tatayo, has an elaborate written record of the mountains, the clouds, and the Taiwanese Aborigines. Also from an earlier time, which was 150 years ago, in 1860, an English naturalist, Robert Swinhoe, published his research in the book On the Mammals of the Island of Formosa, which introduces a lot of rare animals found in Taiwan that were named after him, Swinhoe. All of these show that Taiwan is really a treasured island. Why are there so many people going into the mountains and having such a deep attachment to them in their lives? What is the charm of hiking? Maybe we could understand something from the stories of a college student, a Japanese climber who preferred to stay at home, and a man who expressed his emotion through mountain climbing. Hiking activities also became an essential factor for promotion in the Wamping Company. Nowadays, people who live in Taiwan are trapped in the cities that only occupy 22% of the land. The social events record of our 100-year history not only shows that the suicide rate hit a record high over the past 50 years, over 22 million people are suffering from mental diseases, but also a severe collapse of personal values. A mountain is a classroom within which its original wisdom can refine both our souls and minds. We are lucky to be able to live on the island Formosa. Under the structure of our old beliefs, we believe it is risky to go into the mountains, but we have to know that having an adventure doesn't always lead to death. Aren't we also at risk every day by facing unknown difficulties in our daily lives? We can know about the attitude we should have when challenging the mountains from the things shared by Mr. Gao Minghe, the hiking expert, and Dr. Xie. Also, Bo-Wei's father and other Western countries have a different point of view regarding adventure education in our lives. Next, I want to talk about the concepts and attitude we should have when going into the mountains. The Taiwan mountain education I advocate mainly includes three aspects: learning about the value of life, the notion of making outdoor exercise part of our daily lives, and the preparation needed for outdoor activities. When talking about the necessary preparation, I particularly want to introduce the management of mountains and walking tracks and the mountain safety education in New Zealand. We should have a humble and mindful attitude to include these notions as part of our daily lives. Then the effect of adventure education can make the mountains safer. Let the wisdom of the mountains shine brightly so that Taiwan can stand on the international global stage. Let the lighthouse of democracy shine too. What we need to think about more is that the mountains are always there, and it is important for us to have a humble and mindful attitude when facing our mountains and forests. Just like a teacher from the United States said in his speech, "You are not special. You are not special. Climb it so you can see the world, not so the world can see you. Climb the mountain so you can see the world. Challenge your limits and let the world be under your feet." After Bo-Wei died in the mountain accident, Bo-Wei's mother became the mother on the mountain road, who only hopes that people can be safe entering and exiting the mountains. During the last 2 years, Bo-Wei's mother not only promoted Taiwan mountain education, but also many things including mountain management, the search and rescue system, the supervision of wireless channel, the breeding of Taiwan Formosa dogs, and the important lawmaking of some acts. During this hard process, I always remember and am encouraged by what Bo-Wei once said. Actually, whenever you feel so tired you want to stop, just remember to keep on taking your next step. It will become a habit, and you will always move forward. Let us have some review here. The nature in Taiwan is unique. The Taiwan Aboriginal culture is full of songs being sung on the mountains. There are more than 6,000 years of historic human heritage and ancient wisdom. Lastly, I want to say thank you to many Taiwanese climbers who share a fascination of the mountains with me. Thank you to the hiking experts, and thank you to Mr. Kano and Mr. Swinho who had the prophetical wisdom to make an elaborate record that the people in Taiwan can be inspired and led us bravely to walk in the mountains. Behind Jade Mountain, the great ancient forests are the origin of our blood that has been forgotten. Now is the time to wake up. Let everyone use their courage and wisdom to search for the meaning of life. Let your goal be sure and break through our limits. Remember that safety can lead to a brighter life. Thanks for listening.